Jumping right into the video, I am using the Garnier Skin Active 3-in-1 Extra Nutrition Moisturizer with 48-hour hydration with antioxidants, aloe vera, and almond extract. I buy this in TJ. I don't know if it's available in the United States, but it's one of the best moisturizers that I've ever used. It works well with my concealer. This concealer is the e.l.f. 16-hour Camouflage Concealer in the color Warm Sand. I'm blending it in with an e.l.f. brush. It's actually the Flawless Concealer brush. I bought this brush about probably like 5 years ago, and it's one of my go-to brushes for concealer. And it's also a really good contouring brush. So I'm using that. I tend to concentrate the concealer on my dark spot areas of the face. And I also like to do a light veil all over the face to cover, kind of even out the skin tone. It does look a little light now, but once we put on bronzer, it will even out everything. It'll be light in the areas that it has to be light, and the bronzer will cover up the rest. I'm using like a buffing fluffy brush. I bought this on Wish. It came in a set. Again, one of the best brushes that I've ever used. I don't remember what brush set it was, but you can find it on Wish. And moving on to bronzer, I'm using the Rimmel London Natural Bronzer in the color Sunlight. With the brush, it's the Complexion Brush by e.l.f. Again, I've had this brush for many years. One of the best brushes that I've ever owned. I've had it actually probably for about 8 years now. It hasn't budged. I haven't had to rebuy it. And I'm just focusing the bronzer on the forehead, the sides of the cheeks, and under the chin. I'm trying to even out the skin tone and give it a nice glow. So we're moving on to blush. This is the Alamar palette. I believe the color I'm using is Seclusion. My friend Gloria gave me this palette as a gift. Thank you so much, Gloria. I have not put this palette down since I got it, and I literally use it every day. So now I'm getting ready to do the eyebrows. I usually comb them through, put them in one direction, so I can start getting the shape of my brow. I am using the Smashbox Photo Matte Eyes eyeshadow palette. It does come with a lot of shades that dupe as eyebrow powder. I am using the color Jolt and Canyon. I do tend to go a little darker on my arch just to define it a little more, and I use a lighter color towards the beginning of the brow just to kind of blend it in a little more. I don't like my eyebrows to look too harsh during the day, especially if I'm just going to work, but I do like to get a little definition in them. So moving on, we're going on to highlighter, and I believe this highlighter I'm using is by Wet n Wild, and the brush I'm using is a Morphe brush. I believe it's the Gold Collection in Y14. This Wet n Wild highlighter is one of my favorites. I believe it's called the highlighting powder in the color Blossom, and I basically just put it everywhere that if I could put this all over my face I would, but I don't because I can't, because I don't want to look ridiculous at work. But I do the inner corners, I highlight the brow bone, do the cheeks, forehead, Cupid's bow, chin, nose, all of the above. So moving into eyelashes, I don't curl my eyelashes. I had a bad experience. I don't want to talk about it. But honestly, I really don't need to curl them. I'm using the Maybelline New York Great Lash Lots of Lashes mascara in Blackest Black. This has been my go-to since I was in high school, I believe. And, you know, why stop using something that works? I'm just kind of blending out some of the fallout from the lashes. And I'm just using like a very nudie mauve-y lip color to finish it off. I do overline my lips a little because one side of my lips is a little bigger than the other. So I just even it out a little, and it doesn't look ridiculous. So even if it did, that's my business. No one can tell me how my makeup looks. Like, seriously, I went through some bad makeup stages, and I wouldn't let anyone tell me that it looked bad, because that, you know what? That's my makeup. I did it. I chose to look like this. Don't shame me, you know? But, like, I look back now, and I'm just like, wow, like, I really fucking did that. But let's not talk about those days. I'm so glad I deleted my MySpace, because if I didn't, those pictures would be floating around now. So I'm just putting my hair in a ponytail braid today. I didn't really have time to do much. I usually put it in a bun. Sometimes I don't even brush my hair, you know. I just don't have the time for it sometimes. Sometimes I just get out of the shower, run my fingers through it, put it in a bun, and let's go. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good night.